My name is Sheila Corona. I am sharing this handbook of the new paradigm, volume 1, with you all as I'm reading it to myself, sharing it with you. And if you're seeing this as the first or second one, please know they are in a playlist. I release them as I record them, so you may have come across it out of sync. So go to my channel and click on the playlist. You can begin from the very beginning. This is session number 41. And for those that are following along in the book, I'm on page 136. And please know that I do intend to reread this book in company with others. Lisa and I, my housemate, Lisa Flamino Rush and I, will begin doing our book study of this book September 8th. So if you are interested in joining us, there's of course no fee, no cost, nothing like that. We will be meeting at 1 p.m. Eastern time every Friday for this. And if you are interested in doing that with us, reach out to consciousconversationcentral@gmail.com. So this is session number 41, and I'm just going to jump right in. Now that this information has begun to be absorbed into your consciousness and the subconscious levels of your awareness is rearranging to allow an attitude adjustment. And my I got notification big time just then. That's kind of interesting. Usually I don't get that on multiple things at once, so that's very interesting. I'm going to read this again, seeing how that happened. Now that this information has begun to be absorbed into your consciousness and the subconscious levels of your awareness is rearranging to allow an attitude adjustment. A new focus is developing. The world you observe is changing before your eyes. Boy, this is true for me. There are 3 levels of awareness developing. The facade, as presented to you, the activities of the magicians, and the refocusing of the mass consciousness of the planet inhabitants. Okay, that's very interesting. And they both happened right at the same time again. Like I said, that does not happen where my laptop and my phone are dinging at the same time. That does not happen. The first 2 layers of simultaneous awareness are present within your psyche, but were blurry and distorted. Examining them with some detail has allowed clarity and understanding. Adding the 3rd brings forth a realization that you are indeed standing on the first rock of the project's planned diversion. Now it is decision time. Do you participate and continue in sharing a clear picture of the movie in progress all around you? This is a scenario rather than a scene. It is in motion all around you, with all 3 activities interacting on the same stage, all within depth, width, and height. It goes without saying that the project is the least focused of the activities as yet. That is your job. The basic job description is present within these messages. The framework is there. It is your personal responsibility to, quote, flesh out the job. The free will aspect is the ball in your court. Whether you pick it up or walk away is your choice. Oh, my word. I just heard my own guidance from the Ace of Base, nobody's going to drag you up into the light where you belong. Our part to play within this drama, tragedy, or love story, your choice, is to act as the producer of this production. The writing, directing, and acting are your contributions. Oh boy, this sounds specifically important in this moment of now for me. The producer provides the financing and the decisions as to whether the proposed script is something the backers or investors will approve. If scriptwriters do not bring a proposed scenario to the producers may decide a certain theme would be sellable and solicit writers to contribute outlines. Since there have been no new paradigm novels, the theater owner has instructed this producer to solicit new paradigm outlines, beginning with a statement of purpose, setting the theme. I'm being shown this in a whole new way. This is your invitation to participate. Oh, wow. Since this is a Cecil B. DeMille type production, collaboration is recommended. The analogies used are not meant to make light of the situation, but to instill understanding at the subconscious levels of your awareness. Pictures are easily assimilated in clarity. Words are filtered through a myriad of individual past experiences, attitudes, opinions, and all the programming each of you carries through the deliberate indoctrination you have received. I've been saying that for the longest time because your definition of a word and an understanding of a concept is not the same as anybody else's. It can never, ever, ever, ever be. So if everybody's trying to just go on words alone, believe you me, there's plenty of tricks in there that's easy to be played, right? Back to the book here. Movies and television have been their tools of deception. However, the pictures that are brought forth by the imagination are far more powerful. For example, in your not too distant past, there was storytelling of myth and legend that invoked the imagination. The current cartoons for children and movies have been provided to repress the inner imagination and stifle the creative instinct. Pictures program the subconscious. Pictures focused with the intent of reprogramming the subconscious accomplish this quickly. Purposeful intent supported by resolve is focus. The planet and humanity continue to cry out for an end to this scenario, but only humanity can bring the end through the creation of a new plot, a new script, a new play. Free will allows humanity the choice to continue the present movie or simply have the stage revolve to the next production. However, there must be a new set, in parentheses, scene, on that stage so that audience participation can be invited to create this play of plays for the planet as a whole. What more can be done is now out of our hands. The wake-up calling is up to each of you as this message comes into your experience? Who is it that you know in your heart would resonate with the challenge focused through it? Will you dedicate yourself to this critical cause? Will you read and study the information with the intention of allowing its message to fill the void that resonates within you because of the deceptions of the dark magicians? When you think or speak the small prayer, I am a human becoming, help me to become, ask for guidance through your feelings that you may know. You are calling forth the vibratory connection to your source, the cause of your life experience here and now. Lines of communication open, and seeming miracles begin to happen through coincidence and synchronicities. And I'm telling y'all, I can attest to that. It's why I've had this, well, why I did try to have a channel and constantly try to have a channel all this time because of all of that has transpired for me. Most of all, a calm and peaceful attitude becomes prevalent in your experience. Your countenance changes, and you know who you are, why you are here, and what is to be done in each moment. You have a purpose, a mission, and there is hope for this planet after all. I'm going to jump right to number 42 on page 138. In the times that come, those of you who make the choice to become part of the holistic transformation of this planet and its inhabitants will lead the way through the transformation of yourselves. I do feel like that's why I was driven to do this all out loud, this quest that I've been on. Mankind is inspired by example, not by words, written or spoken. Will you each be as famous as Mother Teresa? No, indeed. Your example will be one of living the life of purposeful focus. Each day, your intent is to be a human becoming for the purpose of mankind becoming and the planet becoming. This commitment in unison will bring forth an aura of magnetism that will reflect in all aspects of your experience. Will it make you a millionaire? Probably not. Because your focus is to participate in the larger creative flow into an experience that will have parameters that are yet unknown. The basic concept on which all higher dimensions are based is in the understanding that the pivot point to upliftment into evolving consciousness is the unified focus of returning to the level of the Creator. The, quote, one-upmanship of accumulating and maintaining material wealth is a moot point. During the period of chaos facilitating the transition, those with intent to assist in the birthing of the new paradigm rather than the maintenance of values to be transcended will be assisted in having available what is needed to superintend facets of organization that are necessary. These will not be in focus of leadership, but of setting the ideal or archetype of cooperation. I feel this is what Lisa and I are involved in a very large way uh, energetically what we're doing here in this house. Once before, a question was asked for your contemplation. You were asked if you could conceptualize a system in which there were no levels of leadership, of hierarchy, because they were unnecessary. Unity of focus based on personal responsibility to fulfill the harmonious or shared goal of, quote, becoming through individual experience sets up a cooperative environment. Cooperation replaces competition and fear is no longer present. The accumulation of wealth is motivated by the desire for protection, which is based in fear of what the future may hold, and fed by the empowered ego through competition. Quote, he who dies with the most toys wins, end quote, is an apt illustration of this imbalance. Quote, it is easier for a loaded camel to go through the eye of a needle, and there in parentheses, cultural reference to the small people gate into a town or a house compound, than for a rich man to enter heaven. And then also in parentheses, a state of contentment. This is true not because of the material things that are accumulated, but because of the basic attitudes that motivate him or her. Retirement funds are necessary because these same attitudes and beliefs bring on disease and degeneration of the body. Illustrating, see, this is so timely. I just had a conversation yesterday with somebody about this sort of thing. This is so interesting to me. I'm going to restart that sentence. Retirement funds are necessary because these same attitudes and beliefs bring on disease and degeneration of the body, illustrating the basic lack of trust in the Creator's flow that birthed you into this life experience. In a nutshell, the moment you are born, you are taught to begin swimming upstream against the flow of creative expansion. It is now time that you climb out on a rock, take a good look around, and then begin swimming within the expansive flow. It is so much easier and, quote, enjoyable. I love that. Swimming with the flow allows the focus of becoming to be thought, acting within and upon itself. The resulting harmonious experience is that of being wholly supported in that quest. To accomplish this within an environment of humanity, swimming in the opposite direction is impossible unless it is accomplished within a cooperating group that is literally out of that flow. Pulling oneself out of that flow, up onto the rock, carefully perceiving the situation, and making the decision to enter the greater flow of the galaxy that is moving within creative expansiveness brings you to a level that is brings you to a level out of that struggling mass. Once the initial group begins this action by free will choice, many will join by increasing numbers, and a new flow is formed, joining the galactic flow, as those of the masses literally wearing themselves out by spending their creative energy within struggle observe your life moving smoothly and easily along within that flow. Your mission of reversing the flow will be well underway. Your return ticket receives its first punch when you pull yourself out and stand on the rock and observe the situation from the level of accepting the situation as reality within the third dimensional realm of planet Earth. The next punch in your ticket is received when you make your choice/commitment, bring forth a new paradigm of experience. The next is received when you begin the move within your consciousness and change your life's expression through thought and action in harmony with your commitment to bring forth this new paradigm of existence with the inhabitants and the planet. You know the purpose of your incarnation at the fully conscious level, and the empty wondering will cease. You then will live in fulfillment of your purpose. To choose otherwise is tearing up your ticket. Can you get a new one? Maybe later, but you will have missed your intended purpose and your intended opportunity. Reread, contemplate, pray, and decide. Free will is your privilege and your responsibility. Use it wisely. Now, we come to actually what is the end of this, but I'm going to record that separately. There's a little thing here at the end called Dear Messengers. And so I'll be right back with that. I hope that you are moving towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. It truly is simply a matter of one's perspective. I'll be right back with the next one.